Here we go. And they're off. Oh my God. The news just keeps coming and coming. They are setting ballot boxes on fire. Election interference, anyone? Oh my God.
I'm Andrew Kraft. Like I said, hope you had a good weekend. What we want to do right now, we want to go out to the Pacific Northwest. This is a story I know that a lot of you are talking about, a lot of you are following right now. Take a look at some of this video, though. Okay, so this is what we know, according to the Associated Press. Authorities, including the FBI, were investigating today after early morning fires were set in ballot drop boxes in Portland, Oregon, and in nearby Vancouver, Washington, where hundreds of ballots were destroyed there. Now, the Portland Police Bureau reported officers and firefighters responded to a fire in one ballot drop box. This was around 3:30 in the morning. They determined an incendiary device had been placed in.
They tell you that 3 o'clock in the morning is the witching hour. It's not really 12 like everyone thinks it is. It's like 3. Between 3:30, 4, something like that. I remember reading that. See? People up to evil.
Inside. Now, the Multnomah County Elections Director, his name, Tim Scott, he said a fire suppressant inside of the drop box protected nearly all the ballots. Only 3 of them were damaged, and his office planned to contact those voters to help them obtain replacement ballots.
Cool.
Now, a few hours later, though, I want to put up some new video here. Take a look at this. Across the Columbia River in Vancouver, TV crews captured footage of smoke pouring out of a ballot box at a transit center.
Probably the same damn person.
Vancouver is the biggest city in Washington's 3rd congressional district, the site of what is expected to be one of the closest U.S. House races in the country between first-term Democratic Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez and Republican challenger Joe Kent. This is a rematch from 2022 here. Yeah, even more video we have. Let's take it there, you see. Now, officials held a news conference.
Wait, so this isn't for Kamala and Donald? This is something else?
After authorities said these early morning fires were set in these ballot drop boxes in both Portland, Oregon, and nearby Vancouver, Washington, where hundreds of ballots were destroyed here. And in this press conference, authorities do believe that these 2 incidents
are related,
are connected. Let's listen.
I'm sure.
And again, we collected it through the Metro Explosive Disposal Unit. These incidents are similar in nature. No one was injured in any of these incidents. We're working with our partners across the river here in Portland and sharing information with our federal law enforcement partners in hopes of bringing this to a successful conclusion.
Okay.
Questions?
Good afternoon, Assistant Chief Amanda McMillan, Portland Police. Just a couple of quick comments and then we'll take questions at the end. We really just want to acknowledge the heightened emotion around this event as we build up to the election. We're acutely aware going into the election how folks are feeling, and then events like this with the damage at the ballot boxes. Just want to emphasize that we're dedicated to work collaboratively with all of our partners here, federal partners, the county, Vancouver PD, and the Sheriff's Office working to resolve these cases. We do have an investigator working the leads in this case. We don't know the motive behind these acts. It sounds like a series of 3 at this point. But we do know that acts like this are targeted and they're intentional. And we're concerned about that intentional act trying to affect the election process. We're dedicated to stopping that kind of behavior, and we're working toward that today. Finally, I just wanted to end with, it is an active investigation. We're following up on the leads that we developed, and we're going to have additional information I think Mike's going to share with us here later today. There's a limited amount of information that we can share because it's an ongoing investigation. So I just wanted to say thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate you being here and sharing what we're doing to resolve these. Thank you, guys.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Scott. I'm the Director of Elections for Multnomah County. The details have already been covered. The good news is the fire suppression devices inside the box extinguished any fire almost immediately. There were only 3 ballots that were in the box out of hundreds that had any damage whatsoever. And we were able to clearly read the voters' names on those ballots, so we will be reaching out directly to those that were impacted. Later today, we will have all the ballots processed that were in that box, except for those 3 where we'll be reaching out to those voters.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that voters can be assured that if they place their ballot in that box between the hours of 3:30 in the afternoon on Saturday or until about 3 a.m. this morning, that we have a dedicated line set up for anyone in that situation. That's in our press release from earlier this morning.
Well, at least they got fire suppression systems. I mean, that's good thinking. I guess this has happened before, or they, preemptively thought about this possibly happening.
They can call, someone will answer directly, and we can give them exact information about the status of their ballot if they have concerns. No other ballots in the drop box were damaged, and I just want to reiterate that it's important that anyone who sees any suspicious activity around a ballot drop site, please reach out, call us, let us know.
Damn, they ain't got no cameras out there that saw nobody?
I'm really grateful for the support that we received.
I gotta put these ballot boxes near a street camera, something.
From the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, Portland Police, and the workplace.
Is that footage right
team.
there?
We
at the bottom?
had
that bottom
an
one?
officer from workplace security in the building last night.
It's just like a
so the
still
reaction
picture.
Time was very quick, and we were able to limit the damage. Thank you.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Multnomah County Sheriff's Office Law Enforcement Chief Gary Kerr. The Sheriff's Office is working closely with all our law enforcement partners and the Elections Office to ensure that voters feel safe and feel that they have easy access to all the ballot drop sites. We want all the community to know that we want to ensure a safe and secure election, and it's something that we take very seriously. Voters can trust that we're taking steps to ensure that the ballot boxes are safe. As planned, we're stepping up our patrols, both uniformed and non-uniformed, around the area of all our ballot boxes within our county. We want you to know that the Elections Office is also safer than it's ever been before. We have uniformed facility security officers here deployed at the Elections Office to provide a physical safety presence for everybody. Lastly, the community is our force multiplier. I want to remind people, if you see something, make sure that you say something. Let us know if it's
You hear that? You see something, say something.
Imminent violence, that you call 911. Make sure you document what you saw or experienced and when it happened and where it happened. If the threat is not urgent, notify an election official at your polling place. Any form of voter intimidation, disruption, blocking of access, or vandalism at these sites will not be tolerated. We will respond swiftly, and they will be investigated to the fullest extent. I'd like to introduce Multnomah County Chair Jessica Peterson.
Good morning, everyone. Multnomah County is committed to the fundamental protection of our democracy. Keeping this election free, fair, and safe is a coordinated effort that involves the many leaders here today and many more across every one of our governments and offices. I need you to know that we are working together and we are prepared for this moment. As Election Day nears and our community continues to vote, there may be moments of uncertainty, heightened emotions, or unusual events like we had this morning. Elections experts, law enforcement, and partners here in Multnomah County are ready to respond as needed. We will continue to be ready for anything that occurs in the next several weeks.
Okay.
I am so grateful for the essential, hardworking people who work to ensure that we have fair, accurate, and transparent elections, especially in these times where we're seeing events like this morning, along with claims of rigged elections.
So I guess that's one of the cars or something?
Scare and avoidance tactics. Tim Scott and his counterparts in law enforcement have decades of experience fine-tuning, scenario planning, and making improvements to our election systems to ensure voter integrity and voter and worker safety. This is absolutely critical in this election and every election. All of the preparation is paying off and will pay off. We have already replaced the damaged ballot box, and voting in Multnomah County continues. We will continue to work together to ensure voters are safe when casting ballots, voters are transparently and validly counted, and our workers feel safe and are able to fulfill their roles. Please do not let today's incidents or anything that happens between now and Election Day to keep you from expressing yourself with your vote. Our democracy depends on you, and you can depend on us to keep this process safe and secure. The best thing you can do to support our elections workers is to vote early. So please keep those ballots rolling in. I encourage you to drop off your ballots in any one of our 30 official drop sites, including some of our libraries.
Well, they got 30 cops.
To you is temporarily closed. You can find the closest ballot box at maltco.us/drop sites. You can also mail in your ballot, and postage is paid. Thank you all for being here, and I want to especially thank everyone who's worked for such a quick response to this incident. I'll now pass it over for Q&A.
And before we have that Q&A, I think it's important to reiterate something that was mentioned by every speaker up here, and that is
I wanted to make sure everybody saw his glasses with them frames.
The collaboration that is going into this investigation. Detectives at PPB are working very closely with our partners at Portland Fire and Rescue, Vancouver PD, the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, Elections, and the FBI. And through that collaboration and analysis of surveillance footage, we have identified a suspect vehicle connected to this, and I will be pushing that photo out via flash news early.
You hear that? You're done, son!
This afternoon in time for your afternoon and evening coverage. With that, we can open it up to some Q&A. Please understand, though, again, this is an open and ongoing investigation.
Get 'em!
I don't want to say anything up here that will jeopardize that, but we'll be happy to field some questions.
Why are you waiting to push that out?
Just because I'm here physically right now, and I will get that out as soon as we wrap up here. That vehicle, if you'd like to see it, and you guys can zoom in, more than happy to have that. This is the picture. It appears to be a Volvo.
Yes, I was thinking. I used to sell cars. I was like,
this is
first I thought it was a Honda, but I was like, is that a Volvo?
And again, this will come out via flash news here within the next few minutes.
Do you think these incidents are connected?
It's a middle class vehicle.
The incident here is
it's a Volvo. That's a middle class vehicle. Upper middle class vehicle there.
Collaboration between all the agencies and why everyone's here today. And again, the FBI is also running a separate but parallel investigation as well.
What could the suspect be charged with in a case like this?
Anticipated that question coming, and I can tell you that the charges, and this is just potential, possession of a destructive device, manufacturing of a destructive device, unlawful use of a weapon, criminal mischief in the first degree, reckless burning, obstructing governmental or judicial administration, and illegal acts related to voting machines or vote tally systems. I think it's also important to note, I didn't mention it yet, but the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office is involved in this as well, so additional charges could be levied based on what they come up with when we locate this individual.
All right, I'm going to stop you here because I can't hear what they're saying, and the captions, of course, do not say what they're saying. Actually, let me see if I can. Maybe I should just Let's see if
to heat within the ballot box. So clearly it got hot enough inside the ballot box for the fire suppressant devices to go off. We use canisters that have a powdered fire suppressant, so it limits the.
All right, I'll leave it here, y'all. Let me know if y'all run into any more info. I'll be looking into this. That's crazy. Off to the races. Here we go. And on that day, I expect to hear something. I'm expecting to hear shenanigans. 10 million subscribers. Woo!